Hey folks, quick disclaimer about Greasy Says, my new show about being a game developer for 15 years who's brown. Okay? Greasy Says contains explicit language, adult situations, and viewer discretion is strongly advised. Right? Greasy Says is supposed to be a comedic take on what it's like to be in the gaming industry from my perspective, but I'm not out here trying to make people feel uncomfortable just for the sake of it. So, to sum it up, I have a potty mouth. Don't let your kids listen to this shit. And kings and queens above 18 only. Let's try that. All right? Lay is...
Haha, let's get this party started. High def with the pro.
Greasy says.
What up, Greasy people? It's me, Greasy from Greasy Says. Here after 700 years, I have returned. I have been born again. Christian and pure. What's up? If you can't tell, I'm sick, because I'm always sick. This is not a new thing on the podcast. Me being sick is not a new thing. It just means I have a cool voice every now and again. I have this nonchalant, aloof, raspy cigarette smoking. The voice I used to have when I smoked cigarettes. I do miss cigarettes. Listen, if you're a kid and you're listening to this, even if you're an adult, an impressionable adult,
Oh boy.
and you're listening to this,
Don't do it.
cigarettes are bad,
Okay. Phew.
okay? It's been scientifically proven
Yes.
that they're bad for your health.
Thank God.
I would say that a lot of things are bad for your health, including things that we haven't diagnosed yet, like social media, stuff like that. If you want to know how I feel about social media, just go listen to any other podcast that I've done, and I'm sure it'll be very clear. But what's my point? My point is cigarettes I really miss cigarettes. Like, I do and I don't. I miss when I walk by someone who's smoking cigarettes, the smell of a freshly lit cigarette. It's unlike, it triggers this thing in my brain. Even now that I haven't smoked in a minute, years at this point, I feel like. It triggers something in my brain. It's like smelling fucking cinnamon donuts or freshly baked bread. I'm just like, I want that right now.
Give me that.
I can't even help myself. I know what's going on, and I can't help myself. And I used to just succumb to that every now and again. Like, I would be, all right, I'm done smoking. I don't want to smoke cigarettes anymore. They make me feel like shit after I smoke them. I can't breathe. I go for I'm doing something athletic. I'm about to fucking pass out because I can't fucking breathe. I can't even spit like I used to. I can't talk, and I mean, it's bad. Yeah, cigarettes are bad. And I know I'm gonna feel like shit, but I would have, if I saw someone smoking, I'd be like, yo, let me get a hit or let me get one. And I'd start smoking it, and those first two puffs would be bliss. Pure bliss. It sounds like I'm talking about heroin or something, right? Pure bliss, man. Those first two hits. And then after that, just all downhill and fast. It just sucks. You start feeling like shit. You feel kind of congested. Your clothes stink. Your breath stink. You know what I mean? And then you're like, why am I doing this to myself? But I do. I'm not going to lie to you. I do miss cigarettes sometimes, even though I don't want to do them anymore. Anyway, this is Greasy Says. This is a podcast about me. I'm a video game developer. I've been doing it for like 16, 17 years now. I'm starting to lose track. I'm just gonna make up numbers at one point. Lots been going on. I haven't been updating the podcast recently because of how much shit is going on. It's all exciting. It's all really cool. Did I even talk about this? The thing I've been working on for a while is out. That's really cool. Side projects are, some are dwindling, some are changing. You know what I mean? I'm picking up some new hobbies. I'll talk about that. I want to update true believers. Like the real greasy motherfuckers who have been here since the beginning and are still listening now. I want to do an update on the solar situation.
The solar situation.
Sunshine
Situation.
makes
Solar
power
situation.
for you and me.
Situation.
Dog, way back in maybe season 1, I was talking about season 1 of Greasy Says. Go back and listen to that shit. I don't know which episode it is. Look in the description. It's probably written there. Y'all don't like to read? Well, that's not my fucking problem. Okay? But I got solar panels a while back. Maybe, what, like 3 years ago? 4 years ago? Something like that? And I've had them. I talked about them. I was psyched to get them. And I wondered to myself if it would be like a benefit to our lives and to our pocketbooks. I gotta tell you, 4 years in, it's pretty cool. Now, do I still need to pull from the grid? Absolutely. Can I buy a fucking Tesla battery or one of them
End phase.
what's the name of that company?
End phase.
Whatever, the other manufacturers of batteries? Hell no, dog. Them things crazy expensive. And where I'm at now, they have all this crazy, obviously for safety, but regulations. You gotta build, if you're gonna get a battery or a power wall, you need to like build the shit in a fireproof room, and you gotta have like, what is it? Like a whole separate room for this battery. You can't just slap the shit on in the basement. You gotta have a whole room for it, and it has to have its own fire detectors, smoke detectors that are in there, and they're wired to the rest of the house. Because sadly, and this is only gonna hurt the electric movement or whatever you want to call it, is like them motherfuckers sometimes catch on fire, and it's not on regular fire. It's like sparks flying out of this shit. It safely like, you know, burns down like a room in your house or whatever and discharges. But like, yeah, think batteries are blowing up sometimes. Not cool, not good. But anyway, I'm not getting a fucking battery anytime soon. So the grid is my battery. So that means I still have to pull from the grid. In wintertime, it's like they're almost pointless. You might get a day where you like offset your use for the day. But in winter and like summer, fall, you just forget it. You know what I mean? You're paying your regular ass electric bill. But come the spring and summer, I'm just getting money from the you know, national grid or whatever you're connected to, EverSource or whatever your thing is, whatever your provider of electricity is. I'm just getting checks from them motherfuckers, man. I love it. Like, it's not a lot. You know what I mean? You get a check and you're like, this is nothing. But the investment I made however many years ago is worth that to me. Like, just to get money from the power company is hilarious to me. It makes every month a little bit brighter when I get that fucking check. I'm just like, I don't want y'all paying me. I don't want to pay y'all motherfuckers. This is hilarious. One of the best things, one of those intangibles. Like, those checks will never make back the investment that I put down for these fucking things, but in my soul, it just feels right. All right. So I love my solar panels. They're great. But then I turned around and got an EV, like an old ass EV, and I plug that shit in, and it's like it negates a whole day sometimes. Luckily, I don't have to plug it in often, but yeah, that's another draw right there. You know what I mean? I might have to upgrade this shit in the future. Who knows? Stay tuned. But if you're on the fence about solar and if you live somewhere that's not like where I live and you have sun 24/7 and you know what I mean? Like, you should just do it. Shit is pretty sick.
What you play, what you play, what you play,
What you playing?
what are you
Whatcha Playin?
Since I've been away from the podcast for a while, I really don't actually remember what I've been playing. So I'm gonna try to. I don't have anything like listed about what I've been playing. I gotta like think real quick. Oh, my amazing, beautiful, fantastic, thoughtful, sexy wife got me Super Mario Wonder. And how wondrous it is. I mean, Nintendo and Mario is basically like they managed to bottle up childhood feelings and put it in a cartridge and sell it to people. It's so whimsical, it's so fun, it's so lightweight, it's so free. It doesn't take itself seriously. It's not about the end of the world. There are no zombies in it. At least I haven't found any zombies. Yeah, it's a Mario game. Yes, Mario game. Have I played a lot of it? No, but every moment that I play, I'm just sitting there like, it makes me feel happy. It's Super Mario Wonder makes me feel happy. And that's one hell of a review, in my opinion. What else have I been playing? Oh, I've been hooked. Absolutely hooked. Speaking of zombies, complete opposite spectrum of Super Mario Wonder. They Are Billions. Maybe I talked about this already. I don't know. It's kind of like imagine StarCraft, but with zombies, pretty much. It and can be incredibly brutal. So the brutality of this game is these missions that you're on, they take like, some of them take at least an hour to play. And that's you building your base and fortifying and building an army and taking out stragglers. And then every now and again, a horde will just blast your fucking base. And it can take an hour's worth of work and just reduce it to nothing. Like your whole civilization will just wipe. And yeah, it's brutal with the difficulty when it lays it on you. But I just keep going back for more. And obviously I'm not the only one, because they have a little counter in the front end of the game where it's like 17 trillion zombies have been killed. That's such a cool stat that they put that in the game. I feel like I've talked about this already. Have I just talked about it to someone else and I just don't remember? Time is an illusion. It really is. All right, so there's this phenomenon going on right now. I mean, it's been going on for a while, right? I'm a big fan of hip hop. I love hip hop. I mean, I'm an old school hip hop head at this point. You know what I mean? My shit was 90s hip hop, the era of Wu-Tang, the era of, Black Moon, the era of Mobb Deep, the era of East Coast, West Coast beef. Them eras, you know. And I've been following hip hop through the years. I don't follow it like I used to. I don't know a lot of the young guns, especially the unknown young guns. I mean, I know who's pop basically, but I might not be as plugged in as I used to be. But you know, I'm a big fan, and I don't know if any of y'all checked them out yet. But Coast Contra, they're this 4-man hip hop group out of Philly, and phenomenal MCs, like wordsmiths. You know what I mean? Like going back to the essence where hip hop was about lyrics, not just about mumble shit. Say what you want about mumble shit, it has its place, blah blah blah. But the lyricism is not really the same, straight up and down. It's just not. It don't matter where you come from, lyrics is lyrics. But some of these, you know, young guns and some of the pop rappers, they didn't really say shit. You know what I mean? It's because it's not about saying shit. It's about clout and, you know, generating views and insights and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? It's about drama. It's about being a reality star. instead about being a lyricist. Anyway, the point is, I don't know if this trend originated in, I think I'm gonna say it probably originated on Instagram, in the Instagram era, and it's definitely prevalent and taken over in the TikTok era, where rappers will release content, video content of a song, and they'll put subtitles in the video so you can understand what they're saying, because sometimes rappers spit really quick, or you might not be able to pick up, so now you could follow along, or you got subtitles, which is cool. It's kind of like having those, album notes, those lyrics on the album that you used to be able to read back when it was tapes and records and shit and CDs. That's fine. But they take it one step further, and now particularly dope lyricists will include in the subtitles, sort of break down to you the wordplay that they're using. So like, for example, if I was saying, like in this Coast Contra song that I was listening to recently, he's talking about how hip hop is dead, and hip hop is dying, and he starts, using a lot of metaphor about how hip hop is sick, and it's in a hospital bed, and it's taking medicine, and it needs a drip, and then he says something about 4, but the Roman numeral for 4 is IV. So he puts that in the subtitles of, instead of 4, he puts IV to show you like, okay, when I said 4, I meant Roman numeral 4. The metaphor is IV, health, hip hop is dying. IV is like what you do to bring someone back to life, to infuse them with fluids, precious bodily fluids. And it's a dope line, and it's a dope metaphor, and there's a ton of those kind of metaphors in the song. And it just got me thinking of like when I was young, how we didn't have that, right? When I was a younger hip hop enthusiast, I would have to sit there and listen to these tracks, basically transcribe that shit in my brain, and then like a math class or like a dissertation, I have to dissect this person's verse and figure out what the metaphors are and figure out the cleverness. And it's like a detective game. It was fun to kind of decipher these rhymes and be like, oh shit, that's what they meant. Or like you listen to the track 3-4 times in a row, you miss a line, and then you in the shower. You know what I mean? And you reciting these words, and then you're like, yo, I just put this and this together, and this what this motherfucker mean. This is crazy. So you had to do the math yourself on these bars. You had to decipher these bars. And true heads who was really listening, fans, would decipher these bars and then share them with other fans, and other fans would be like, what the fuck? I never even knew that's what he was saying. I've been in school like that a million times, through word of mouth or through reading it online. But now they're spoon feeding you the metaphor. They're laying it right there in front of you for you to see. You don't have to do the work of deciphering the line. You don't have to take apart the structure of the verse and see what they're doing with it. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. Personally, I think it's kind of lazy, but we in a generation now where that's the norm. You know what I mean? People need that quick and easy, and this is a quick and easy way to decipher a dope bar. You wrote the bar, you know it's dope, you're going to expose everything that's dope about the bar because you only got somebody's attention for like 30 seconds. I get that. But is that a commentary on how dumb we're getting? Where even like hip hop heads can't even they're so lazy that they don't even take the time to decipher the bars anymore and really drink the bars in and internalize the bars and then decipher the bars. Now it's just like, boop, we did it for you. Aren't we clever? I don't know. It feels lazy on everybody's part. It feels lazy on the rapper's part because it's like you don't trust your audience to grasp your shit, which is true. Most of your audience is dumb as fuck. Most of your audience can't even read the subtitles fast enough. Let's be real. Motherfuckers can't watch foreign movies because they don't like to read. And they can't focus on the action because they gotta read. Motherfuckers are stupid. Some motherfuckers can't even spell and read, so they stuck. They fucking stuck. But it just made me like realize, like, man, is that like a kind of a death in hip hop? Where like the death of a hip hop fan, the death of a hip hop appreciation, where we're spoon fed the metaphor and we don't even have to decipher this shit anymore. I mean, AI is writing your term paper for you. AI is writing your acceptance letter. Your AI is writing your shit. AI might be writing your fucking cover letter for you. So why not? You know, essentially, it's like an AI move. Let the metaphor be deciphered for you, so you don't have to. We're getting lazier and lazier. Or is it just efficiency? I don't know. You tell me. greasysays at gmail.com on all the socials, blah, blah, fucking blah. All right. Let's get the fuck out of here. Thank you for listening to another episode of Greasy Says. Thank you for sticking around through these uncertain times when you never know when you're going to get a podcast. I appreciate all of you who are still out there. I appreciate all the new listeners. I appreciate people hitting me up and being like, yo, I'm still listening to Greasy Says. I love this shit. I was talking to my cuz, my brother, my blood the other day. And he was telling me, yeah, man, I like listening to it just to find out what's going on in your life. I was like, what? This is the daily update show? That's crazy. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Tell everybody, tell all your friends about Greasy Says. Spread the word, make more greasiness spread across the globe. Check me out on social media. That's Greasy Says on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Yeah. Do that. Do all that shit.
Greasy people, thank you for coming out. Remember to like, subscribe. Comment, give me feedback. Tell me to go fuck myself. And until next time, it's me, the Greasy S.
So greasy.
And I'm checking out with the rookie.
Latest.